Hi, kindergarten. So for today's Wit and Wisdom lesson, we're going to continue to look at two books we've been reading this week. They're both by the same author. Her name is Robin Nelson. This author really likes to make books about the way things used to be and the way they are today, and she uses old photographs and new photographs to compare things. We read the book Transportation Then and Now and the book Communication Then and Now. In fact, we've done a lot of her books for this module. We've been talking and looking back at the way things used to be, and we're looking at the way things are now. So I want to talk about the two books and just talk about the main topic and some of the details. One of the books has been Transportation, and one has been Communication. So they both kind of deal with the same kind of topic, and they both have the same sort of details to support them. So first I want to talk about what these words mean. Communication and transportation. So we'll look at communication first. Communication is the way we talk to people, or the way we share information. It has changed so much over the years. And we'll look back at some of the details from the story, right? Here is, it tells you about communication, is sharing ideas and news, right? So, a long time ago, people just would draw pictures called hieroglyphics. Now we use chalk. People would make books one at a time by handwriting them. Now there's something called a printing press. People used to use something called the telegraph, which they would do like little sounds and taps. Now we talk on a phone. So these are all details that support the main topic of communication. People wrote letters a long time ago, and now we use computers to send emails. So that's a lot different too. The biggest thing is the amount of time it used to take to communicate, right? People still read newspapers, but only a few used to. Now everybody can read newspapers. They used to only have radios. Now we have television, so that's different too. People would get their news from something called the Pony Express, which would take a long time for them to be delivered. Now we get news right away on the internet, right? So communication, then and now. The other book that we've looked at a lot is called Transportation Then and Now. Transportation, that's another big word. Okay? Transportation carries people or things from one place to another, right? So it's the way we get around. We use cars a lot now. Back a long time ago, they used a horse and buggy, and it would take a long time for them to get from one place to another. They used to transport things on covered wagons. Now we have big trucks. So these are all details to support how things have changed. People used to travel on streetcars. Now we use subways, which are a lot faster. Ships have changed. There used to be sailboats, right? And they would be powered by the wind. Now there's huge boats and cruises that you can travel on. It's a lot faster. Trains used to move along the tracks. Now they move across the land. So trains have changed. The speed in which they travel. Cars have changed a whole lot. There used to be like one little seat on a car. Now they come in all different shapes and sizes. So those are all details of how things have changed with transportation. So I want you to think about what those words mean, communication and transportation. There's a picture sort activity that I want you to complete today. It looks like this. You're going to drag the pictures to the right topic, communication or transportation. So think about the boat. Where would the boat go? Does the boat go with transportation or communication? Think about cell phone. Do we use a cell phone to get somewhere, or do we use it to communicate? So there's 6 pictures for you to sort and drag to the right topic. Okay. The other thing we've talked a little bit about this week is punctuation. Remember, punctuation is an end mark that you finish a sentence with. So there's 3 main ones I want to talk about. There's a period. There's an exclamation point, so that you're reading something with feeling. And the other one is a question mark that comes following a question. All right? So I have 3 sentences here that I want to see if we can figure out what to write. I didn't put the end mark. The first one says, what time is it? Am I asking you something, or am I telling you something? Well, what time is it? Can you answer that question? Oh, I just told you. You would put a question mark at the end of that sentence. That's a question. The next one says, I like pizza. Am I asking you something or telling you something? Well, I'm telling you something. I'm telling you that I like pizza. So at the end of that sentence, we would add a period. Okay? The third one says, great job today. What end mark would we use there? I'm saying that sentence with a lot of feeling and passion. Great job today. We would use an exclamation point so that you know to read that sentence with strong feeling. So those are the three end marks: a period, an exclamation point, and a question mark. The other activity I want you to do, you might need a grown-up to help you with this. There will be 8 sentences. You have to read it and choose the right punctuation mark to put at the end of each one. First one says, wow. What time is it? We already know that one. We are at the park. So those first 3 are all different examples. Wow. What time is it? We are at the park. You have to choose the right punctuation mark to add to the end of each of these. There's 8 of them. So some of the words may be hard for you. You may need a grown-up to help you with this part of your activity. But when you're done with both of them, please post your work on Seesaw from Mr. D and for Chef Biscotti. And that is it for our lesson today.